Hi, I've got something you'll be interested in. Those performance upgrades we discussed after the last race. They're on the car and the data looks promising. Take a look at the details.
What's up guys, and welcome back to my Robert Kubica Career Mode on F1 2017. This weekend we're at the Russian Grand Prix. If you didn't watch the last episode in Bahrain, I'll leave a link in the description. We've got ourselves a minor durability upgrade here, the one we put in place in Bahrain. 10% increase in durability of all power unit components, something we desperately need right now. Qualifying looks like it's going to be full wets, not even inters, which is fantastic news. I'm bad enough around here in optimal dry conditions, so expect this to be a proper nightmare. Out on our banker lap, probably the worst lap I've driven so far in this career mode. Just the hesitation and lack of confidence to put the power down, correcting and holding slides. We're coming up to the final corner now across the line, and it's a minute 59, which is dreadful. As you can see, out on our second run here, still not time for inters. We remain on the full wet tires, but you can see how much I've learned from that cycle lap. I've got so much more confidence on the brakes here, just going into corners, and in the same conditions, on the same tires as well. 2 seconds faster, 3.5 seconds faster now. Looks much more promising, and as we come up to the line, it's a minute 56, 3 seconds faster, better. Progressing on in this session now with 5 minutes to go. We waited patiently for the conditions to get better, and it looks like it could be time for inters. Still not time for slicks. I don't think it will be for the rest of the season. So definitely inters, and we've been validated with that choice as we've gone a second faster at the end of the second sector here. 2 seconds faster. As we come across the line, it's a minute 53.7, which puts me P13 for now, but with only 30 seconds of the session remaining, I'm just gonna keep going on another fast lap, all or nothing, because I know Verstappen and Massa are behind me. So this lap time is definitely not enough for Q2 qualification. We didn't seem to be improving or gaining time in the first sector, but as we come up to the second sector, we made something happen here, a second gain without even a warm-up lap, and I suspected we've been pushed down P18, P19 and in P20 now as Massa improves. This does not look good. We're gonna hang it all on the line. Last corner, we missed out. It's P16 and we're out in Q1. Also, before we get into the race, we're going to take a gearbox penalty, which puts us right at the back of the grid. Here's my logic, right? We may have done the race here without needing a gearbox and taking the resulting penalty, but then we'd have to take the penalty and replace the gearbox in Spain, which is the next race, a track I'm significantly faster around. So let's just take a penalty here. So if we're going to have a bad race, let's just have it at a track I am bad at, so points may not be on the cards here, but we'll try our best as always. Let's look at the full grid and then get into the race.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Kimi Raikkonen's perfect lap yesterday sees him start from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Sergio Perez and Bottas, Hülkenberg, Grosjean, Ocon and Carlos Sainz, Kvyat, Magnussen, Felipe Massa and Alonso, Stroll, Van Dorn, Daniel Ricciardo and Pascal Wehrlein, Ericsson and a Renault rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Right, on the grid for the start of the race, starting P20 and last. Anything we can do at all? Let's find out. 5 red lights and away we go. It's been a pretty average start. We'll spin off the line, but it looks like Ericsson's got an even worse start. So we're up to P19 onto this long swooping start-finish straight. We're going to stay on the outside, because if you go on the inside you get pinched there. And on exit we're going to duck in and see if we can make something of it. Bit of a traffic jam, but we slot into P16 behind Fernando Alonso, already planning a move on the Spaniard. Going around into the following corner, 5th gear corner, we're going to go down to 4th just to get the car nose turned in, and we've made it. It's up to P15 now. chasing the back of the Williams car of Felipe Massa. We're gonna have to get our moves done very quickly in the first stint anyway, because at the end of the first stint, if you're still sitting P19, P18, it's gonna be a very, very long race. So here we go, trying hustling and harrying Felipe anywhere we can. Every corner we're gonna brake later than him and just keep our nose in side by side. It looks like Verline got a mind-blowing start there, P13 compared to his teammate who's sitting P20. And on to our fight now with Felipe Massa. It looks like nothing doing, just the traction zones. He's just got that better traction and that Mercedes engine as well, so not really able to compete there. It looks like, oh, yellow flags and virtual safety car. I thought I saw a Ferrari, was it, going very slowly. We're going to see a replay here in a minute. There's two Ferraris there, and looks like Kimi Raikkonen is going extremely slowly. It doesn't look like a power unit failure or a puncture. It's just maybe just a mechanical failure, I'm not sure, but he's going very, very slowly, getting overtaken by everyone. That's us there. At the end of the virtual safety car period, we'll have it an absolute nightmare, getting left for dead, and Daniel Ricciardo is going to come down our inside. He's going to double lock up and we're going to go down his inside. Very, very unlike the Australian in the Red Bull, he double locks up. Normally is very good at overtaking, but we're going to keep it ahead of Ricciardo and chase after Massa. Massa's overtaken Verline, so it looks like Verline could be easy prey for us. I mean, we hope anyway. It's a Sauber with DRS. We're gonna go down his inside, hopefully make it a bit easier overtaking Verline than it was overtaking Massa. And yep, we've gotten him around the outside, and that's up ahead of the Sauber and chasing Felipe again. It's very important now that we at least make an effort to catch Felipe. We've got him on lap 5. You know, Felipe is on super soft tires and we're on ultra soft, so if we can keep it ahead of him and frustrate him, maybe we can make something of it in the second stint. Now on lap 6 here, we've got DRS and it doesn't look like he's got DRS, so should be pretty easy. As I say it, we almost go into the barrier there, but we've just gotten it ahead of Felipe, and we're gonna stay ahead in P12 ahead of behind Carlos Sainz. But I don't know why I expected to just keep ahead of Felipe and his Mercedes engine, because here he comes. We have no answer. Just the next lap, he's got DRS on us now and we don't have DRS, so it should be pretty easy for Felipe here, but we're not going to make it easy. We're going to keep it side by side as much as we can. He's going to come in with a very wide line, and that's just faster in it. And yep, he's gotten us. And in all this melee, it looks like we've let Dan Ricciardo just catch up to us, with us fighting each other, and Felipe is gone and I'm now the target. And on the corner exit here, we make a mistake, slide out, and that's invitation there. Ricciardo's gonna come around down our inside with DRS. This should be very, very easy for him. He's gonna it looks like he locked up again, but this time he was way ahead and there wasn't much I could do against him, so we're gonna have to just slot in behind Ricciardo. Meanwhile, up front, very, very comfortable lead for our race leader Lewis Hamilton, who is followed by Sebastian Vettel and Valtteri Bottas here, with Kimi of course in P. I don't even know where he is. I think Kimi is still in the race. He's not retired, but he's very far behind. And in all this, again, another Williams is troubling us. This time Lance Stroll for P14, but this time we're not gonna stay behind the Williams car. We're not gonna make it as easy as we made it for Felipe. We're gonna challenge Stroll. Lap 11 this is. We're gonna keep it ahead of him, and our tires are going off. This looks like we're making the same mistake we did in Bahrain, so we're gonna pit at the end of lap 11. We've had enough punishment on this on these set of tires. Looks like Stroll's gonna carry on. Of course he is. He's on super softs. We're gonna come in, hopefully for our one and only stop onto super softs as we come out ahead of Stoffel van Dorn. I think that is nice corner cut there for good measure. At the end of lap 12 now, we're sitting P18, but we could move ahead. It looks like a couple of people in the pits there. P16, not much improvement. As I said, P14 should have been our time there, but looks like we've lost time just because we're a Renault car. And the problem here is it's not that, of course, Kimi Raikkonen is catching us up. It's that we can't even catch Fernando Alonso in his McLaren Honda. So here's the plan, right? We're gonna let Kimi through and follow him and see if we can just stay in his tow, conserve our tires, conserve our fuel, and let Kimi pull us closer to Fernando. Let's see if that it can work, because we can't do it on our own. Let's see if Kimi can pull us through. And at the end of lap 15 there, it looks like Kimi's already made his move on Fernando, and it's worked, because towards the end of lap 16 he's put us in DRS of Fernando Alonso, and this should be easy with a McLaren Honda in a straight line. That's how you do it. If you can't do it by yourself, get in someone else's tow, save your tires. We haven't really saved much fuel, but we've saved our tires a lot. On lap 17 now, at the end of lap 17, looks like Lance Stroll's coming for a second pit stop. He's gone super softs to ultra softs and then ultra softs again. So we are fully committed to the one stop here, because if we pit now, we're definitely coming out behind Stroll. And this was our worry, because we should have had the pace around Russia just to keep the one stop and see if more people would make two stops, but that's not worked out. If anything, we're under attack from Stroll here, even with his second pit stop. He's on ultra softs here, very fresh ultra softs, and we're on very worn super soft. So it's at this point, towards the end of the race, P15 is the max we can get, and this isn't even about position or power or points. This is just about restoring some pride in this race. If I get anything out of this race, it's just to keep myself ahead of Lance Stroll. And he tries a move here. We leave him space on the outside, but he just randomly smashes into our bag, loses a bit of his front wing, and it looks like his assault is over. On to lap 27, the end of the race. Looks like he's backing off to keep P16, and as for us, we're gonna come home. It's gonna be P16, a long way away from P14 Carlos Sainz. And yeah, it's been a lackluster race. We just haven't had any pace, and P15 is the best we could get. God damn it.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes today. That's another historic win. Tell me, Ant, what was the key to this success?
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today.
So yeah, we finished P15. A points finish was a bit out of reach here, especially in dry conditions, starting at the back with cars around us so much faster. Definitely need to look at upgrades and come back stronger in Spain. This has been our Russian Grand Prix episode. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you next weekend at the Spanish Grand Prix. Jan Barpe.